Hi there. So today we're working on mittens. They're made in the round using the magic loop. So you're going to need some circular needles. These are the 8mm Knit Pick circular needles, the interchangeable, so you can change out the tips. 24-inch cable. Love these. They're super bendy. So they're really handy for working in the magic loop. The gray ones are the men's mittens that are made on size 10 using the Woolies Thick and Quick. And these, I tried with the loops and threads, made it quite a bit smaller. They're perfect for my hands, but I have really tiny hands. So they might be good for a youth size. But the size 8mm needles with the Lion brand will make the perfect size for a woman. So the pattern doesn't change. It's exactly the same for the men's and the women's. You just use the different size needles and the Lion brand yarn. So we're going to start here by casting on 10 stitches, or 20 stitches, sorry. 10 times 2, because we're going to be using 10 on one side, 10 on the other. So 20 stitches. I'll show you how to divide here. So you're going to count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You're going to slide those 10 off the needle, and you'll feel the cable starting to come out. And you're just going to pull that cable through here. And then we're going to bring the front stitches onto the left-hand needle. So now you have 10 and 10. But we need this needle now to knit this front row here. So you're going to pull that through. So you basically have like 2 ears. And then you have 10 and 10, which will eventually become a circle to make the base of the mitten. So bring your yarn to the top here just so it doesn't get tangled up, and start knitting. Make sure you snug that, not too tight, but you want it tight enough, otherwise it's going to leave a big long strand of yarn in between when you get back to the beginning of your row. Always make sure your row is not twisted when you're working in the round. So we've got the first 10 done. You're going to turn it around so that the row you just worked, the 10 stitches you just worked, in the back. You're going to bring the stitches you need to work onto the left-hand needle. And then you're going to pull the back one out. So you have your ears again. So leave enough room so that you can maneuver. Ooh, make sure your yarn doesn't get stuck here. These needles make so much noise. And you're going to work your next 10. Always making sure that you snug this up because you don't want a big jog between one side and the other. So this is what I mean by the, you won't be able to see that once you have worked a few rows. So we're going to turn it over again. We're going to pull the needle through so that you're ready to work your first needle again. So you've completed your first row here. You're getting ready to work the second row. So pull that back needle out. Give yourself some room. Make sure your yarn is in the right place. It's free over here coming from your ball. And then you're going to snug it up again, and you're going to start working your second row. And that's how you do magic loop. So turn it over, get your yarn out of the way. So pull the cable so that you're ready to work the next one. Pull this one out. So you have your ears. And then you're working the second half of your second row. And you'll know your row's done because you're back to where your yarn tail is. If you prefer, you could always put a little stitch marker here, just so you know that that's the beginning of your row, but you should be okay with just your yarn tail. So turn it over, do this for 16 rows total, and then I'll show you what to do when we get to the thumb.